All of you, good morning. My name is Srinivas Gandhi, Assistant Professor of Physics, NG College, Nalgonda. So, in last class, in previous session, we covered few fundamental things. They are what is scalar field, vector field, and operator, and the gradient, divergence, and curl of a vector. We covered all these topics in previous session. Now today we are going to talk about few things such as divergence of vector field and expression for divergence of a vector field and its physical significance. So three things we are going to see today: divergence of vector field, expression for divergence of a vector field and its physical significance. Now, so what is divergence of a vector field? Now the definition for divergence of a vector field is, see there, the divergence of a vector field at any point is defined as amount of flux per unit volume diverging from that point. So the divergence of a vector field at any point is defined as amount of flux per unit volume diverging from that point. So where div A, divergence of A can be written as div A equal to flux coming out of an area by the total volume, the flux coming out of an area by total volume. Now let us going to see what is divergence of a vector and its formula. Divergence of a vector. The divergence of a vector field at any point is defined as amount of flux per unit volume diverging from that point. See there, let us assume here, let the volume capital V, which is enclosed by a closed surface S. See there, initially what we are doing, we are assuming capital V volume. This volume element is enclosed by a closed surface that is represented by small s. In this closed surface, what we are going to see here in this volume, now initially I am assuming infinitesimal volume. I am assuming infinitesimal value that is represented by del V. This volume is enclosed by surface area ds. See there, in this case what we are doing, we are assuming small infinitesimal volume delta V. This small volume is enclosed by surface area ds. See there, now the flux. How can we define flux? The flux coming out of an area. Actually, what is flux? Flux is nothing but lines of force passing through an area. Flux nothing but lines of force passing through an area. The flux coming out of an area can be written as d pi equal to a bar dot ds. Flux coming out of an area can be written as d pi is equal to a bar ds. So what is a bar there? Vector field. What is ds? Small surface area. Now how can we get the total flux? If we integrate above equation, if we integrate this equation, integrating this equation, so we'll get total flux And the total flux can be written as capital pi is equal to integral a bar dot ds. Integral a bar dot ds. See, so now how can we define, how can we write a divergence of a vector? So divergence of a vector can be written as flux per unit volume is called divergence. Flux per unit volume is called divergence. See there in the picture, div a bar equal to del dot a bar, that equal to integral so closed surface integral a bar dot ds bar by delta v flux per unit value. Next, now our aim is we have to deduce expression for divergence of a vector field. Now we are going to derive expression for divergence of a vector field. Now, as I told you the last topic, what we are going to do here, we are going to this picture, so we are going to assume small volume element, that is nothing but infinitesimal element. See there, this whole thing is infinitesimal element whose volume is dv, Now see there, where we are taking three axes, x, z, y axis, and where o is the origin. Consider an infinitesimal volume element with sides. So here the volume contains sides whose three sides can be written as dx, dy, dz, and which are parallel to xyz axis. See there, if you see here in the picture, where in this picture dx is one side, so it is along the x direction, that is parallel to the x direction, and here it is dz face which is along the z direction, and similarly where we have dy which is along the y direction. See there, so we are assuming three faces dx, dy, dz which are parallel to the xyz axis. Now let O be the central point with the volume, within the volume element, where the value of a vector field is a bar. Now, so let components of vector along the three axes are, see there is a vector, field. That field lines of force travel along the x direction, y direction, z direction. Therefore, where we are taking here vector field along the x direction and the y direction and as well as z direction, that is represented by ax, and along the y direction a vector field represented by ay, and along the z direction vector field can be represented by az. Now, and next we are going to assume a point, a midpoint on plane EFGH, midpoint on a plane EFGH, that is represented by capital M. See there, here we are assuming one midpoint. So we are assuming one midpoint that is represented by capital M, which is on the plane EFGH plane. Okay, next what we are doing next, the point M is at a distance of dx by 2 on x-axis from the point. So how can we assume point M, which is exactly dx by distance from the origin central point on the x-axis? The distance of that assuming point is dx by 2 from the origin along the x-axis. Now the value of vector a bar, at point M is, so we are assuming one point, a reference point represented by M. Now at this point the value of vector can be written as, see there in the picture, ax plus dou ax by dou x into dx by 2. See there, this is the resultant vector field at a point capital M. So ax plus dou ax by dou x into dx by 2. And next, let n be the midpoint of plane ABCD. See there, n be the midpoint of plane ABCD, which is also dx by 2 distance from the central point O, which is exactly opposite to the x-axis, negative x-axis direction. So therefore, see here, the value of vector a bar at point n, the value of vector a bar at point capital N can be written as, see there, ax minus dou ax by dou x into dx by 2. The value of vector a bar at point N can be written as ax minus dou ax by dou x into dx by 2. Now, surface area of ABCD. See there in the picture, in the given picture, the surface area of ABCD is equal to surface area of EFGH, that can be written as dy into dz. dy into dz, area of the plane, area of the plane, dy into dz. Now, flux coming out from volume element through EFGH plane is, the resultant flux is nothing but, I told you, lines of force. Now the lines of force coming out from the volume element through the plane, through the area of EFGH can be written as, we are assuming flux along the positive x direction, flux along the positive x direction can be written as dou ax plus dou x by dou x into dx by 2, close the bracket, and dy dz. See there? So this is the flux along the x direction, positive x direction. Pi x is equal to ax plus dou ax by dou x dx by 2 into dy dz. Next, so similarly, flux entering into the volume element through the plane ABCD is, through the plane ABCD is, see there, what is that? Flux entering into volume element through the plane ABCD is, can be written as pi minus x. Why I am taking minus x there? That is along the x direction, that is along the negative x direction. So that is why I am taking pi minus x. See that can be written as ax minus dou ax by dou x into dx by 2 into dy dz. So we got two equations here, flux along the positive x direction and flux along the negative x direction. Now we have to find out net flux along the x direction, net flux along the x direction. So how can we write net flux? Net flux coming out from the volume element in x direction, net flux coming out from volume element in x direction can be written as capital pi equal to capital pi equal to pi x minus pi of minus x. So already we know that fluxes, substitute that values, and then we'll get that net flux along the x direction. Net flux along the capital X direction can be written as dou ax by dou x into dx dy dz. So what is dx dy dz? volume of infinitesimal element. What is that? Volume of infinitesimal element. Similarly, flux along the capital Y direction, flux along the Y direction, the resultant flux along the Y direction can be written as phi y is equal to dou A by dou y into dx dy dz. And similarly, pi z flux, net flux along the z direction, along the z direction can be written as dou A z by dou z into dx dy dz. Now the resultant flux throughout the volume, the resultant flux throughout the infinitesimal volume can be written as, by adding all these three components, pi x, pi y, pi z, then we'll get resultant flux through entire infinitesimal volume can be written as capital Pi equal to, let us add that above three equations, we'll get dou A x by dou x plus dou A by dou y plus dou A z by dou z, and where the volume element dx dy dz. Next, so here how can flux per unit volume? Let us divide above equation with the volume of infinitesimal element dx dy dz. We'll get flux per unit volume. The above equation is flux per unit volume. Then we'll get dou A x by dou x into plus dou A y by dou y and plus dou A z by dou z. So that is the flux per unit volume of the infinitesimal element. Now, according to definition, we know that a definition, flux per unit volume is equal to the divergence of vector. According to definition, flux per unit volume is equal to the divergence. Flux per unit volume is equal to the divergence of vector. Therefore, dive A bar equal to del bar dot A bar, that is equal dou x by dou x plus dou A y by dou y plus dou A z by dou z. If there is no gain of fluid, for example, so let us see, if there is no gain of fluid anywhere, then del dot A bar equal to 0. This is called a continuity equation for an incompressible fluid. Incompressible fluid. For example, let us assume fluid is coming from one place to another place. Now let us place a small plane cover or anything plane shaped material. Now when the fluid passing through plane, for example assuming ABCD plane, when the fluid is passing through this plane, for example, the number of lines of force entering into this plane is equal to the number of lines of force coming out from this plane. Then when they are equal, then del bar dot A bar is equal to 0. Then the divergence of vector field is 0. This is called the continuity equation for an incompressible fluid. Next, since fluid is neither created nor destroyed, at any point is said to have no source and a sink. So So a vector such as a bar whose divergence is 0 is called as solenoidal vector. See there, what is solenoidal vector? If the divergence of that vector is 0, then that vector is called a solenoidal vector. In above equation, del bar dot a bar equal to 0, where a bar is a solenoidal vector. A bar is a solenoidal vector. Now let us see physical significance. Physical significance. See there, every field is represented by lines of force. We know that field or flux is nothing but lines of force. The total lines crossing a plane in the field is called flux. Total number of lines crossing a plane in the field is called flux. Now let us take first example. Let us assume J bar is the electric current density vector. We know that I is current, that is scalar. Current density is a vector that is represented by J bar. So where J bar equal to electric current density vector. Now the divergence of this vector, delta dot J bar, divergence of this vector, divergence of electric current density vector, which gives charge flowing out of unit value, which gives the charge flowing out of unit value. Now if del bar dot J bar equal to 0, for example, what we are taking, if the divergence of electric current density is 0, then there are no free charges in the field. There are no free charges in the field. All the charges are bounded to each other. So del bar dot J bar equal to 0, where in the case of there are no free charges in the field. Now second one, let us now assume generally V bar is a velocity vector of fluid. V bar is a velocity vector of a fluid. Then del dot V bar is nothing but flux of the fluid per unit value, divergence of vector velocity vector. If the divergence of velocity vector equal to 0, if the divergence of velocity vector is 0, then fluid is incompressible. As I told you that divergence of any vector is 0, then that vector is called solenoidal vector. If it is fluid, that fluid is called incompressible fluid. Incompressible fluid. For static magnetic fields, you know that what is static electric field, what is static magnetic fields. For static magnetic fields, del bar dot V bar equal to 0. For static magnetic fields, del bar dot V bar equal to 0, where V bar is a solenoidal vector, where V bar is a solenoidal vector. So we covered few things. What is divergence and expression for the divergence of a vector and its physical significance. So this is the topic we covered today. So let us meet again in tomorrow's class.